Hey everyone, it's Chan. Welcome back. So get this. Did you know there's a way you can help build awesome stuff like giant bridges or parks and actually get paid for helping out? It's true. Let's dive in and figure out how it all works.
Okay, so let's imagine our king. He's got this huge, amazing idea that's going to make life better for everybody in the kingdom. But he's got one little problem. And believe it or not, you might just be the one who can help him solve it.
All right, section 1, the king's big problem. So what's this big dilemma he's facing? Well, it all starts with an awesome idea and, a not-so-full treasure chest.
You see, the king wants to build this huge, incredible bridge. Why? To make it super, super fast for everyone to get to the Chocobee factory. I mean, that's a great idea, right? But here's the snag. When he looked in his royal piggy bank, he realized he just didn't have enough gold coins to get it done.
So the king's kind of stuck. He's got a few choices. Option 1, he could raise taxes. But, nobody likes that. It just makes everyone super grumpy. So he came up with a much, much smarter idea. Instead of just taking money from people, what if he could just ask for a favor and borrow it?
And this is where things get really interesting. My grandpa came in to explain the king's brilliant plan. It's not just any old favor. Nope. It's something way more official. A very special kind of IOU.
Grandpa told me that when a king or a government in the real world needs cash for a big project, they give out something called a bond. And he told me to just think of it like this. It's a super duper special IOU note. It's a promise written down to pay you back in the future. So of course I asked him, an IOU? You mean like when I borrow a pencil from a friend? And he was like, exactly. Let's say you give the king 10 gold coins to help him build that bridge. In return, he gives you this really fancy royal scroll. And this scroll? It's basically a rock-solid promise. It's the king's personal guarantee that on a certain date, way in the future, you're going to get those 10 gold coins right back in your hand. No questions asked, no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay, so the thank you cookies. This got my brain spinning a little. I mean, if I'm just getting the exact same money back later on, what's the point? What's in it for me? Yeah, that was my big question for Grandpa. I was like, wait a minute. If I give the king my 10 coins, that means I can't buy any Chocobee today. So why on earth would I do that just to get the same 10 coins back in a few years? It didn't add up for me.
But Grandpa explained that the king is, a pretty cool guy. He's polite, so to say thank you for lending him your money and for waiting so patiently, he gives you a little something extra. Every single year that you're waiting for your coins back, he gives you a yummy thank you cookie.
So in the real world, these awesome thank you cookies have a proper name. We call them interest or sometimes coupons. And the best part, you know exactly how many cookies you're going to get and exactly when you're going to get them. That's why we call it a fixed income. It's totally predictable, which is pretty cool. Okay, so this is starting to make sense. You get a predictable reward. But that leads to the next big question. How does this stack up against other things we can do with our money, like, say, buying a piece of that toy factory we talked about?
And yeah, that's exactly what I asked Grandpa next. I mean, are bonds better than stocks? If stocks can give you these huge rewards, why would you pick a bond? And his answer? Well, it really made me think. He told me, Chan, they're not better, they're just different. Remember, owning a stock is like owning a tiny brick in that toy factory. When the factory's selling tons of toys, you're doing great. But, sometimes a storm rolls in and the factory can get pretty shaky. A bond, though, a bond is the king's promise. And that promise is as strong and steady as his giant stone castle.
So it really just boils down to this simple idea. With a stock, you're an owner. You're sharing in the good times and the bad times, the risks and the rewards. But with a bond, you're a lender. You have a contract, a royal promise that you will be paid back. And that's exactly why bonds are usually seen as a much safer option. I really loved the way Grandpa described it. He said to think of bonds as the steady, calm heartbeat of your investment portfolio. They're what keep things ticking along nice and smooth, especially when other things, like the stock market, start to get a little shaky. And you know what? Understanding all of this, it totally changed how I looked at things. Suddenly, it wasn't just about saving my coins or spending them. It was about taking on this cool, new, powerful role. Think about it.
When you buy a bond, you're not just tucking your money away. You become a lender. You're a helper, helping to pay for really important stuff. You're a builder. You're the one making awesome things, like that bridge to the Chocobee factory, actually happen.
So then it all clicked for me. By buying a bond, I'm kind of like the king's banker. Yeah, I get to be a banker knight. I help him build all this cool stuff for the whole kingdom, and he pays me back with a steady supply of cookies for my help. How cool is that?
And Grandpa said I hit the nail on the head. He said, "That's it, Chan. You're lending out your work batteries, all that value you've stored up to help the world grow. And you get paid a nice, steady fee for doing it. It's a pretty amazing way to be a part of something bigger." And really, that's the whole secret of bonds. Pretty simple when you think about it, right? So, now I have a question for you. Do you have any of these steady, reliable royal scrolls in your own collection? I really hope you had fun becoming a banker knight today. And get ready for next week, because we're going to talk about something that sounds impossible. A house that actually pays you to live in it. Yep, we're diving into real estate. So don't forget to subscribe to Chan the Tiny Trader, and let's keep growing those cookie jars together. See ya!